Excellencies, it is indeed an honor to address this gathering of the esteemed leaders of our regions from Latin America, the Caribbean, and Africa. South Africa comes to this forum with the momentum of our 2025 G20 presidency that we have convened for the first time on our African soil under the theme Solidarity, Equality, and Sustainability. One of the South Africa's G20 presidency's most significant achievement was the issue of securing a renewed G20 that has acknowledged that the African Continental Free Trade Area is a key driver of growth and investment. The launch of the G20 Africa Cooperation Agenda on Trade and Investment, also established for the first time, is also structured in such a way that the G20 roadmap needs to be supporting Africa's integration and productive capabilities. It is worth noting, Excellencies, that the global trading environment remains challenging. According to the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, Africa accounts for only 2.6% of global trade, despite it representing 16.3% of the world's population. Meanwhile, the Latin America and the Caribbean exported close to 1.36 trillion US dollars in goods in the most recent data period, and also imported close to 1.3 trillion US dollars, showing the region's substantial weight in global commerce. These figures, Your Excellencies, continues to illustrate the scale of economic opportunities of our regions that needs to be deepened by all of us seated here today. Excellencies, it is South Africa's considered opinion that it is through the process of harmonizing our objectives and our goals in respective of our region's economic potential in a process that can help us to create a meaningful bi-regional value chains. For us, as the 2019 progress of the operational African Continental Trade Area, it has really brought us to the need for us to drive a cohesive and a united purpose for the growth of our loved continent of Africa. Excellencies, I base these assertions on the fact that the Africa Free Continental Trade Area continues to encompass 1.4 billion people and a combined GDP of about 3.4 trillion US dollars. It is the world's largest free trade area by its own membership. Its goal is to create a single continental market for goods, services, capital, and eventually to facilitate the free movement of goods and persons. The World Bank estimates that a full Africa Free Continental Trade Area implementation could increase Africa's exports to the world by 32% in the year 2035 and boost inter-African trade by up to 100%. Excellencies, it is my considered view that given the complementary natural endowment and our favorable climatic conditions, we can jointly focus on the following areas: the area of critical mineral and energy transition, and the other area of agro-food systems and food security. The third area has to be on pharmaceuticals and healthcare. The fourth area needs to be focusing on digital economy and services. And the last area needs to be focusing on green and renewable energy sources. Excellencies, I wish to propose the following measures if our two regions are to attain meaningful bi-regional value chains, we need to prioritize a value-added sectors through our joint investment platforms. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, to conclude, we need to focus on the global north in turning inward, and supply chains are being weaponized currently as we speak here today. As tariffs and sanctions and rivalries become more prominent and the order of the day, our response should not be fragmentation. Instead, we must strengthen cooperation, diversify partnership, and ensure that developing countries can participate meaningfully in a global value chain. Your Excellencies, I want to end my intervention with the following quotes from our African philosophers and our proverbs, who continue to emphasize the following: that unity is strength, diversity is power, and continuous engagements continue to foster individual growth, thereby highlighting our shared humanity and a collective action for stability, as it is always been seen in our Ubuntu principle of I am because you are. Let us then forge ahead with these progressive forums for the betterment of our people, and I want to thank you kindly for the opportunity given to us. Thank you.